An 86-year-old woman candidly admits that, looking back on her life's journey, she needs to be completely honest. Moving into a nursing home wasn't as straightforward a decision as she initially thought. If you're considering a similar step for yourself or know someone facing this choice, this information is for you. Today, she will share 5 key reasons why she regrets her move to a nursing home, explaining why it might not be the solution many hope for. These aren't just common complaints. They are a sincere and unbiased truth designed to help you avoid potential difficulties and make a more informed decision for your own life or the life of someone you care about. Stay with us, as what she's about to share could fundamentally reshape conventional views on aging, the care system, and where one finds comfort and maintains dignity. By the end of this account, you'll have a clearer understanding of what to expect and how to protect your autonomy and well-being. If you want to grasp the true realities of nursing home life from someone who has experienced it firsthand, you've come to the right place. Let's begin. The first and most tangible aspect the elderly woman encountered after moving to a nursing home was an unexpected and pervasive loss of personal freedom and privacy. Before this momentous step, she had imagined the transition would provide comfort and care without significant compromises. However, reality proved to be quite different. In a nursing home, residents' daily routines are rigidly governed by schedules that often don't align with individual preferences or established habits. Meals are served at fixed times, activities are planned without adequate input from residents, and even basic choices like when to wake up or go to sleep are frequently dictated by the facility's internal regulations, rather than a person's natural rhythms. Privacy becomes an almost unattainable privilege. Many rooms are shared or, at the very least, under constant staff supervision, leading to inevitable intrusions into personal space and interruptions of moments of solitude or focused thought. Residents may find it difficult to express personal emotions or meet needs due to a constant feeling of being watched or rushed. For someone like her, who highly valued independence and the ability to control her environment, this loss was a significant psychological shock. The mental impact of such an obvious deprivation of autonomy is hard to overstate. It's not just about regulations, it's about preserving personal dignity and the sense that one's own life is still under their control. In those early months, she often noticed a marked decline in her mood and energy, feeling trapped in a system that prioritized efficiency over respect for the individual. This is a common experience among nursing home residents, many of whom struggle significantly to adapt to this new loss of control. For instance, her 82-year-old friend James moved into a nursing home last year and expressed similar regrets. He told her that his greatest difficulty wasn't the medical care, but the inability to determine the course of his own day. He longed for the simple freedom to make his own choices, like when to have a cup of coffee or take a walk outside. This lack of control had a depressing effect on his morale. This should certainly not be interpreted as denying that nursing homes provide essential care, especially for individuals with serious medical conditions. However, the concession of personal freedom is an aspect that requires comprehensive consideration and careful analysis. It's a part of nursing home life that many seniors and their families often underestimate until they experience it firsthand. Timely awareness of this reality can help them prepare emotionally and advocate for their rights or those of their loved ones. Some facilities may offer greater flexibility or private rooms, but it's crucial to inquire about such options and carefully assess how well they align with personal values and expectations. Understanding the loss of freedom and privacy is the first step in objectively evaluating the true costs and benefits of moving into a nursing home. This is a deeply personal decision, but it deserves honest and thorough consideration to avoid future regrets, as she experienced. The second regrettable aspect is the paradoxical feeling of isolation, despite being constantly surrounded by people. Moving into a nursing home often comes with a natural expectation of expanding social connections, as one is no longer alone in their own home. However, one of the most surprising and painful realities many residents face, including herself, is precisely this sense of isolation, even when others are constantly present. This paradox of loneliness in a crowd is something she wished she had understood better before making the move. The environment in nursing homes can differ dramatically from the warmth and comfort of one's own home. Interactions with other residents may be limited by various factors: differing interests, health issues, or simply the routine nature of communal living. Conversations can sometimes feel forced or superficial, and forming genuine, deep friendships can be quite challenging. Planned group activities, intended to foster community, don't always successfully create meaningful connections, especially if residents face physical limitations, cognitive impairments, or mood disorders. As an example, Her friend Carol, who was 79, moved into a nursing home to be closer to necessary medical care but quickly found herself longing for the deep conversations and familiar faces from her previous life. Although she actively participated in social events, she felt these interactions lacked the depth and authenticity she needed to feel truly connected. Another significant factor is the loss of social roles and identity. Many seniors take pride in their contributions to family and community, whether through volunteering, cherished hobbies, or caring for loved ones. When these roles disappear, it can lead to a sense of purposelessness, which only exacerbates feelings of isolation. In a nursing home, one might cease to be a gardener, an engaging storyteller, or a kind neighbor. Instead, they primarily become a recipient of care, which can be disempowering. If you or a loved one face a similar situation, open communication about feelings of loneliness can help staff and family members better understand the emotional state and work together to improve social opportunities. Some nursing homes offer support groups, therapy sessions, or partnerships with local communities that can foster better social interaction. Understanding the emotional challenges of isolation is vital for preparing for the realities of nursing home life. It's a reminder that social connection is not just an optional extra, but a crucial necessity for maintaining mental and emotional health. She hopes her experience helps you approach this decision with open eyes, so you are ready to meet and address these challenges head-on. The third aspect causing deep regret is the loss of independence and autonomy. One of the most difficult realities to face after moving into a nursing home is the sudden and often overwhelming loss of independence. For someone who had valued the ability to make their own decisions for decades, this change felt like a personal loss, striking at the very core of their dignity. What she hadn't anticipated was how this loss could impact her mental and emotional well-being day after day. In a nursing home setting, the daily routine is often dictated by the facility's schedule, rather than residents' personal preferences. Meal times, medication distribution, hygiene routines, and activities all follow strict timeframes designed for efficient service to a large number of residents. While such organization is necessary for smooth operation, it can make a resident feel they have very little control over their own life. Suddenly, the freedom to decide when to wake up, what to eat, or how to spend the day becomes severely restricted. This loss of autonomy can lead to feelings of infantilization and result in frustration, helplessness, or even depression. Many seniors pride themselves on their self-sufficiency, and having to rely on others for basic needs challenges this self-perception. For example, needing assistance with toileting or dressing can be embarrassing and diminish one's sense of privacy. From a psychological perspective, autonomy is a key factor in maintaining a sense of identity and purpose. When this autonomy diminishes or disappears, it can lead to feelings of worthlessness and passivity. This emotional impact is sometimes overlooked by caregivers and family members, who may focus more on physical care and safety. Consider the case of her 82-year-old neighbor, George. After moving into a nursing home, he found he couldn't pursue beloved hobbies like gardening and woodworking due to the facility's limited resources and strict rules. This lack of opportunity for meaningful activities contributed to his feelings of boredom and loss of self. Furthermore, the loss of independence can strain relationships with family members. Seniors may be hesitant to ask for help or communicate their needs, fearing they will become a burden or lose even more control. Meanwhile, family members might inadvertently reinforce this dynamic by taking over decision-making without fully involving their loved one. It's important to recognize that a sense of control over one's life, even in small matters, can significantly improve mental health and quality of life in a nursing home. Simple choices, like selecting clothes, deciding on daily activities, or choosing social engagements, can restore a sense of self-reliance and personal worth. Some nursing homes have adopted resident-centered care models, aiming to foster independence by offering choices and encouraging participation in decision-making. However, these approaches vary greatly and may not always meet every resident's individual needs. For those considering or already living in a nursing home, it's vital to advocate for their preferences and seek out facilities that respect and encourage autonomy. Engaging with staff to express desires, finding supportive peers, or involving family members in promoting independence can make a significant difference. Understanding the emotional impact of losing independence helps one prepare for this challenge with resilience and seek ways to regain control where possible. This reminds us that dignity and respect are not just about physical care, but also about honoring the whole person's right to live their life as fully as possible. The fourth regrettable point again concerns the feeling of isolation, despite being constantly surrounded by people. One of the most surprising and painful realities she encountered after moving into a nursing home was precisely this sense of isolation, even though she was never physically alone. Initially, she assumed the constant presence of staff and other residents would make loneliness less acute. But over time, she realized that physical proximity by no means guarantees meaningful connection. This kind of loneliness differs significantly from simply being alone at home. In a nursing home, people are constantly coming and going, but relationships often remain superficial. Many residents face their own health issues or personal struggles, making it difficult to form deep and lasting bonds. Staff, while dedicated, are often time-constrained, so interactions can feel rushed or solely task-oriented. The absence of familiar faces and surroundings only intensifies the feeling of disconnection. Leaving a home where one has lived for decades means leaving behind the backdrop of their life story, a familiar neighborhood, and routines that provided comfort and stability. Even regular family visits may not fill the void of daily, consistent companionship. From a psychological perspective, meaningful social connections are crucial for maintaining mental and emotional health, especially for older adults. The lack of such connections can lead to feelings of loneliness, depression, and even cognitive decline. This is a hidden danger that many do not anticipate when entering a nursing home. Consider the example of Margaret, a vibrant 79-year-old woman who once thrived on her active social life. In the nursing home, she found herself spending many days alone in her room, with few opportunities for the conversations that were important to her. This sense of isolation contributed to a decline in her overall well-being. Furthermore, the structure of many nursing homes, with their emphasis on schedules and routines, can inadvertently hinder spontaneous interaction. Group activities may not always cater to diverse interests or physical capabilities, leaving some residents feeling excluded or bored. This emotional isolation is not just painful, it can be dangerous. Research indicates that loneliness can increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and a weakened immune system. It's not just about feeling sad, it's a real health concern that impacts longevity. For seniors considering or already living in a nursing home, it's crucial to actively seek ways to build meaningful connections. Participating in clubs, volunteer programs, or interest groups within the facility can help, but sometimes it requires advocating for more personalized social opportunities. Family members also play a vital role in mitigating isolation by visiting regularly, encouraging social engagement, and remaining attentive to their loved one's emotional state. Small gestures, like phone calls, video chats, or sharing photos, can make a big difference. Understanding the emotional impact of isolation urges us to look beyond the purely physical environment and address the deeper human need for connection and belonging. It reminds us that no matter where we live, the quality of our relationships often defines the quality of our entire lives. The fifth regrettable point is the loss of autonomy and its hidden consequences. Moving into a nursing home often occurs with the good intention of ensuring safety and proper care. However, one aspect many don't fully realize until they experience it firsthand is the significant loss of autonomy that accompanies this profound change. It's not just about relinquishing control over daily decisions, it's about how this loss impacts a person's spirit, motivation, and overall health. When someone has managed their schedule, preferences, and personal habits their entire life, having these decisions suddenly made for them can be deeply unsettling. Simple choices, like when to wake up, what to eat, or how to spend the day, may no longer be theirs. This shift can create a sense of helplessness that erodes confidence and dignity. From a psychological perspective, autonomy is a fundamental human need. It supports a sense of identity and purpose. When autonomy is compromised, older adults may experience heightened feelings of frustration, anxiety, or depression. These emotional states can ripple outward, affecting physical health and even cognitive function. For instance, Robert, an 82-year-old former engineer, found the strict rules in his nursing home stifling. He missed having his morning coffee at dawn and reading the newspaper on his own schedule. This loss of independence led him to withdraw, losing interest in activities that once brought him joy. Furthermore, the environment of many nursing homes can inadvertently emphasize dependence. Staff often must prioritize efficiency and safety, which can lead to rigid schedules and limited flexibility. While done with the best intentions, this can make residents feel more like passive recipients of care rather than active participants in their own lives. The hidden consequences of lost autonomy include reduced motivation to engage in physical therapy or social activities. When one feels their choices don't matter, the drive to participate can wane. This can slow recovery, diminish mental sharpness, and negatively impact overall quality of life. Families don't always realize how much their loved ones struggle with this aspect, especially if physical needs seem well met. However, emotional and psychological needs are equally important. Supporting autonomy where possible, such as offering choices in meals, activities, or daily routines, can make a significant difference. Encouraging older adults to express their preferences and respecting those choices fosters a sense of control and respect. Even a small degree of autonomy can improve mood, promote engagement, and help maintain self-esteem. Recognizing the importance of autonomy also prompts nursing homes to rethink care models. Shifting towards person-centered approaches that balance safety with freedom can help residents feel more empowered and valued. For those considering nursing home care, understanding this hidden cost of lost autonomy is vital. It encourages asking questions about how much control residents have over their lives and advocating for environments that respect individuality. This awareness doesn't mean rejecting care, but rather ensuring that care supports the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. It reminds us that preserving dignity through autonomy is key to aging well, even in a care facility. In conclusion, looking back at these reasons why moving into a nursing home can bring regrets, it becomes clear that this experience touches far more than just the physical aspects of aging. It's a complex blend of emotional, social, and psychological factors that shape how older adults perceive this significant life change. What stands out most is how profoundly important dignity, respect, and a sense of control are as we age, regardless of the setting. Many seniors enter nursing homes expecting care and safety to be the answers to their problems. However, they sometimes find that the loss of independence, shifts in social connections, and changes in environment can create new difficulties that weigh heavily on the heart. This doesn't mean nursing homes lack value. They provide essential medical and daily support. Nevertheless, it's crucial to acknowledge the emotional costs and seek ways to preserve the quality of life beyond just physical health. For those who have already navigated this challenging transition, or those currently facing it while supporting a loved one, it is strongly recommended to take time for deep reflection on life's true values and priorities. Among these fundamental aspects, essential elements stand out: the freedom to make independent choices, the assurance that your voice will be heard and your opinions considered, and the continuous maintenance of meaningful social connections. These key pillars of human well-being often serve as the defining factor that differentiates a simple, passive existence from a full, meaningful life. Thus, all of the above represents not merely a statement of facts, but a sincere call for greater compassion, creativity, and profound respect in the process of providing elder care services.